नष्टप्रायशिवभद्रेषु नित्यमपादसेवया भगवते all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yakripatam maham vande Sri Guru Dinataranam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the deliverer of the fallen souls. His mercy turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross mountains. Chai. Welcome everyone to today's Srimad Bhagavatam class, and I'm very happy for this opportunity which was given to me by myself. But yes, yeah, if we can turn this speaker on, that would be great. So today we are reading from verse 7 to 11, and we were supposed to focus on 10, but we'll focus on 11. Let's see. Yes. Excellent. Simply by giving oral perception to the Vedic literature, feeling for developing the most fulfilling to Lord Krishna, the unique personality of Godhead sprouts up at once to distinguish his fire, limitation, illusion, and truthful fearfulness. The great sage yesterday was compiling the Srimad Bhagavatam and revising it from his son, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, who was already engaged in self-realization. Slow and clear. Slow and clear. Okay. Sri Sonika asked Sukha Goswami, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, Sri Sukadeva, okay, that means. Sri Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. So why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Text 10. Sutra Goswami said, all different varieties of Atmarams, those who take pleasure in the Atma or spirit sense, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed emotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Text 11. Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendently powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of this great narration, Srimad Bhagavatam. Jai. So, Prabhu, what verse have you put there? Okay, then we'll go with 10. No, no. Because Prabhu already did 10 yesterday, right? If you remember. But most of them, they were not there. That verse is very beautiful. I wanted to touch on that verse also. Yeah, I know. It's 1, 2, 3 pages. But it's a very good purport. It explains the Atmaram verse beautifully. Let's go with 10.
Suta Uvacha Atmaramashya Munayo Nirganthyavyurukrame Kurvanti ahaitu kim bhaktim Itham bhuta guno hari. Suta Uvacha Atmaramashya Munayo Nirgranthabhyurukrame Kurvanti ahaitu kim bhaktim Itham bhuta guno hari. Suta Uvacha Atmaramasya Munayo Nirgranthabhyurukrame Kurvantu ahaitu kim bhaktim Itham bhuta guno hari. Suta Uvacha Atmaramasya Munayo Nirgranthabhyurukrame Kurvanti ahaitu kim bhaktim Itham bhuta guno hari. We'll go with word to word. Everyone together. Suta Uvacha. Suta Goswami said, Atmarama, those who take pleasure in Atma, generally spirit's self. Cha, also, Munaya, sages, Nirgranthaha, free from all bondage. Api, in spite of. Urukrame, unto great adventure. Kurvanti, do. Ahitukim, unalloyed. Bhaktim, devotional service. Ittam Bhuta, such wonderful. Guna, qualities. Hari, of the Lord. Translation, everyone together. All the different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in Atma or self spirit, self realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service under the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. So it's a very long purport, so we can read one paragraph each. You can start, Prabhu.
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atma Rama sloka very well before his chief devotee Srila Sanatana Goswami. He points out 11 factors in the sloka, namely Atma Rama, Munayaha, Nirganta, Api, Cha, Urukrama, Kurvanti, Ahaitukim, Bhaktim, Bhuta, Guna, and Hari. According to the Vishwa Prakasha Sanskrit dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atma, which are as follows: Brahman, the absolute truth; body, mind, endeavor, endurance, intelligence, and personal habit. The word Munaya refers to those who are thoughtful, those who are grave and silent, ascetics, the persistent, mendicants, sages, and saints.
The word Nigrantha conveys these ideas. One who is liberated from nuisance, so one who has no connection with spiritual instructions, that is, who is freed from the obligation of the rules and regulations mentioned in the living scriptures like ethics, Vedas, philosophy, psychology, and metaphysics. In other words, the fools, illiterate urchins, etc., who have no connection with regulatory principles. 3. A capitalist. And also 4. One who is penniless.
According to the Sabdakosha dictionary, the affix need is used in the sense of certainty, counting, building, and forbiddance. And the word granta It's used in the sense of wealth, Jesus, vocabulary, etc.
The word Urukrama means the one whose activities are glorious. Krama means step. This word Urukrama specifically indicates the Lord's incarnation as Vamana, who covered the whole universe by immeasurable steps. Lord Vishnu is powerful, and his activities are so glorious that he has created the spiritual world by his internal potency and the material world by his external potency. By his all pervading features, he is everywhere present as the supreme truth, and in his personal feature, he is always present in his transcendental abode of Goloka Vrindavan, where he displays his transcendental pastimes in all medicatedness. His activities cannot be compared to anyone else's, and therefore the word Uruttama is just applicable to him only.
According to Sanskrit verbal arrangements, Unnati refers to doing things for someone else. Therefore, it means that the Atmarama render devotional service unto the Lord not for personal interest but for the pleasure of the Lord.
Hetu means casual. There are many causes for one's sense satisfaction, and they can be chiefly classified as material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation, which are generally desired by progressive persons. As far as material enjoyments are concerned, they are innumerable, and the materialists are eager to increase them more and more because they are under the illusory energy. There is no end to the list of material enjoyments, nor can anyone in the material universe have all of them. As far as the mystic powers are concerned, they are eight in all, such as to become the minutest in form, to become weightless, to have anything one desires, to lord it over the material nature, to control other living beings, to throw earthly globes in outer space, etc. These mystic powers are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. The forms of liberation are five in number.
Therefore, devotional, devotional means service to the Lord without desire for the above mentioned personal benefits. And the powerful personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, can be fully satisfied by such unlawed devotees free for all sorts of desire for personal benefit.
Unlike devotional service of the Lord progresses in different stages. Practice of devotional service in the material field is of 81 different qualities, and above such activities is the transcendental practice of devotional service, which is one and is called sadhana. When unalloyed practice of sadhana bhakti is matured into transcendental love for the Lord, the transcendental loving service of the Lord begins gradually developing into 9 progressive stages of loving service under the headings of attachment, love, affection, feeling, affinity, adherence, following, ecstasy, and intense feeling of separation.
The attachment of an inactive devotee develops up to the stage of transcendental love of God. Attachment for an active servitor develops up to the stage of adherence. And that for a friendly devotee develops up to the stage of following. And the same is also the case for the parental devotees. Devotees in conjugal love develops ecstasy up to the stage of intense feeling of separation. These are some of the features of unalloyed devotional service of the Lord.
According to the Hari Bhakti Subhodaya, the import of the word Itu Bhuta is complete bliss. Transcendental bliss is the realization of impersonal Brahman, become comparable to the sandy water contained in the pit made by a cow's hoof. It is nothing compared with the ocean of bliss of the vision of personality of God. The personal form of Lord Sri Krishna is so attractive that it is comprehends all attraction, all bliss, and all tastes the sauce. These attractions are so strong that no one wants to exchange them for a material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation. There is no need of logical argument in support of this statement, but out of one's own nature, one becomes attracted by the qualities of Lord Sri Krishna. We must know for we must know for certain that the qualities of Lord have nothing to do with mundane qualities. All of them are full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. These are innumerable qualities of the Lord, and one is attracted by one quality while another is attracted by another. Great sages, such as four bachelor devotees, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, and Sanat Kumara, were attracted by the fragrance of flowers and tulsi leaves anointed with the pulp of sandalwood offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Sukadeva Goswami was already situated in the liberated souls, yet he was attracted by the pastimes of the Lord. This proves that the quality of his pastimes has nothing to do with material affinity. Similarly, the empowered themselves were attracted by the bodily features of the Lord, and Rukmini was attracted by hearing about the glories of the Lord. Lord Krishna attracts even the mind of the goddess of fortune. He attracts in special cases the minds of all girls. Sorry. He attracts the minds of elderly ladies by parental affection. He attracts the minds of the male in humors of servitude and friendship. The word Hari conveys
various meanings.
But the chief import of the word is that he, the Lord, vanquishes everything inauspicious and takes away the mind of the devotee by avoiding pure transcendental love. By remembering the Lord in acute distress, one can be free from all varieties of miseries and anxieties. Gradually, the Lord vanquishes all obstacles on the path of devotional service of a pure devotee. And the result of nine devotional activities, such as hearing and chanting, becomes manifested. By his personal features and transcendental attributes, the Lord attracts all psychological activities of a pure devotee. Such is the attractive power of Lord Krishna. The attraction is so powerful that a pure devotee never hankers for any one of the four principles of religion. These are the attractive features of the transcendental attributes of the Lord. And adding to this, the words api and cha, one can increase the imports unlimitedly. According to Sanskrit grammar, there are 7 synonyms for the word api. So by interpreting each and every word of this shloka, one can see unlimited numbers of transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna that attract the mind of a pure devotee.
Finally, we completed the long purport, but it was beautiful, wasn't it? If we paid attention, we could understand how Prabhupada so meticulous. And actually, Prabhupada is very smart. You know what he did? I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Leela, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining this verse, this Atmaram verse. He actually took the explanations from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and put it in the purport. So this explanation that you just read was of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's explanation is very elaborate, but Prabhupada summarized it so that it can fit in the purport. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's explanation is like he explained this verse in what 61 types. He explained this verse in 61 types. So can you imagine like how this language Sanskrit is so beautiful that one word can have various meanings. Amazing, right? And it is said that the impersonalists they interpret this verse according to their understanding, and they portray the Lord as impersonal through the same verse. But this verse, when read by devotees and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explained this verse beautifully for the devotees, and actually it is meant like that. That Atma Ramascha Munayo, what is the second line? Nirgranthi api urukrame. So Atma Rama means one who is satisfied in Atma or self, right? And Atma Ramascha Munayo. Munayo is also explained. Actually, Cha is also explained, but I don't know what Cha means. But Munayo is explained here. That Muni is one who is thoughtful, who is silent, who is grave, who is ascetic, who is persistent, mendicant, and seasoned, things like that. And Nirgranthi, one who is liberated from this material world, the one who is already liberated from this material world. Anything of this world will not affect that person. Now, this kind of person also takes pleasure in what is the next word? Kurvanti ahaitu kim bhaktim. Kurvanti ahaitu kim bhaktim. Kurvanti means doing. Ahaitu kim means uh, unalloyed, right? Without any hetu. Ahetu means without any hetu, without any desire. Kim bhaktim. Bhakti means obviously devotional service. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on explaining different types of bhakti. First is sadhana bhakti, and the other 9 is uh, above sadhana bhakti. That is when you develop pure love of Godhead. It's different stages of prema. So other 9 is different stages of prema. So it's 10 explanations of bhakti also. And then it is said, Itham bhuta gunohari. The word itham is also explained here by Srila Prabhupada. See, it's like complete bliss. And bhuta gunohari. Guna means qualities. Now, I want to expand on qualities part a little bit. So, I'll just read from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it is said that first we'll see like how uh, there are different types of bhaktis, right? So next, explain the symptoms of love of Godhead, which can be divided into 9 varieties, beginning with attraction and extending up to ecstatic love, and finally to the topmost ecstatic love, Mahabhav. The attraction of to Krishna of devotees on the platform of neutrality increases up to love of Godhead, Prema, and the attraction of devotees on the platform of servitudeship increases up to spontaneous attachment, Raga. Devotees in Vrindavan who are friends of Lord can increase their ecstatic love to the point of Anuraga. Parental affectionate lovers, Krishna's father and mother, can increase their love of Godhead up to the end of Anuraga. The gopis of Vrindavan who are attracted to Krishna in conjugal love can increase their ecstatic love up to the point of Mahabhav, the great ecstatic love. These are some of the glorious meanings of the word bhakti. So you see how when we only know that prema, now when I ask, what is your goal here? What is your goal? What is the goal of life? Krishna prema. What do you think, Braj Balak Prabhu? Yes.
Satsanga.
Sadhu Sangha is your goal.
Right.
Okay. You don't want anything above Sadhu Sangha. Okay. Krishna prema. Okay, Prabhu. Going back to Godhead. Unalloyed devotional service. Ahaitu kim bhaktim. Okay. No, seriously. Sadhu Sangha. Krishna Prema, Jai. Krishna Prema with Sadhu Sangha, yes. Krishna Prema. What is your goal?
So many material things.
No.
They still desire.
Yes, but what is your ultimate goal? Why are you practicing bhakti?
To see Krishna everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what happens is oftentimes we forget this goal, or it's just very blurred. Sorry, my throat is not helping me today. Okay, so oftentimes what happens is we forget this goal, or it's, you know, everything else becomes very important to us, and this goal is out of picture. Whatever you said right now, sadhu sangha or Krishna prema is our ultimate goal. And we see Srila Prabhupada, whenever he gives a lecture, no matter what the topic is, he will at least mention this phrase one time or many times in his lectures. That is, our goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. Every time. If you hear Srila Prabhupada, you'll know. He will mention, somewhere he will mention this. Why? Because he wants to make us remember. You know, he wants to bring us back. Okay, everything is okay, but what is your goal? Krishna Prema, or going back to Godhead. So, keeping that in mind, we should do everything. Okay, all our activities should be done keeping that in mind. What happens is, when we go about our day to day or our life in general, this goal is, you know, if it's out of picture, if it's not in your mind, if you are not doing your activities based on this goal, then your priorities will also differ accordingly, right? If your goal is not in your mind, then you'll do anything and everything that comes your way. Am I putting the point correctly? Right? So what happens is, life gets busy, right? We do so many activities during the day, so many activities. If the goal is not clear, if we are not clear what do we want, then what will happen is, we will do everything, you know, everything that comes our way, because lot of things will come based on our relationships, our responsibilities, and our role. You know, if you are working in a company, or if you are serving in a temple, lot of things will come your way. What happens, you if you give equal attention to everything, what will happen? I'm looking for an answer. What will happen?
Our attention will be diverted. We will not be able to.
Yes, bahushakha, right? Our attention will be bahushakha. Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something?
So we won't be able to get attention.
Little correction: where attention goes, energy flows. Yes, but it's very true. And if our attention is like this, like, you know, our attention is like this, where is our attention flowing? Everywhere, right? And then we won't have that attention or that energy for that one task that we want to do, that is Krishna prema or ahetukim bhakti, whatever it is. So we need to be very careful, and every day, every morning, what are we trying to do? We are trying to reaffirm, we are trying to reestablish that conviction, that what is my goal, where am I going. And it's very important to do it every day, otherwise will time goes very fast, very fast. At least when you are young, goes very fast. And what happens if you don't focus, or don't, you know, reaffirm your goal, or don't remember and keep that, when you're going to a location, you put a destination, right? We all put a destination. Okay, I want to go there. Now there can be many ways to go there. And if you take a wrong turn, those who drive, if you take a wrong turn, or those who don't drive but use maps, Google Maps, if you take a wrong turn, for example, what will happen? What will the Google Maps do? Reroute, right? Very important. It will reroute. It will again take you back to your destination, maybe from a different route, but it will ultimately want you to take to same location, right? More petrol. We will discuss that also, more petrol. But it will take you to destination. My point here is that, why it will do that? Because the destination is clear. If the Google map doesn't know where you are going, where you want to go actually, then it cannot take you anywhere. No matter how much petrol you have, no matter how good your car is, that is like how good your body is, how good your mind is, how good your intelligence is. It doesn't matter. Cannot take you anywhere. But if your goal is clear, okay, I want to go here, then you can use that car, that petrol, that means your body, your intelligence, everything to take you there, right? And we all will take wrong turns. We all will take wrong turns. 100%. It's not like some will and some will not. We all will take wrong turns. But the important thing is rerouting, coming back, coming back to our goal. Again, it's okay to make mistakes, but coming back again to our goal, that is important. But then that will happen only when that goal is clear. So it's very, very, very important to know your goal and to work towards it. Now, when we were reading this purport, who all had the desire that I I want this Krishna Prema. I want to experience love of Godhead. What is this? What is this that this these sages are experiencing? What is this that these pure devotees are experiencing? I want to be there. Tell me honestly, who all had that desire instantly reading this purport? Not many, right? Why? Why are we not having? See, if we see a very delicious dish in front of us, we can imagine a very juicy gulab jamun, okay, warm with a rose petal on top and kesar on top. Like, if we see that, don't we have that desire to eat it, to taste it, to experience that, right? We will have that desire. Why? Why are we not having that desire, same desire to attain Krishna Prema also, right?
Yeah, one thing I noticed is that why we don't have this desire, and why I personally was not thinking of how these devotees feel, because every day we eat.
Hmm.
We do this every day.
Hmm.
And, he's getting extra, he's getting this, he's getting that. So like that's very normal or very day to day.
Hmm. Yes, that's why it's very important to, not take this as mechanical, to always be very intentional and see, okay, I'm going to this Bhagavatam class. What is the speaker going to say? How am I going to benefit? Not going with a selfish motive, but, very intentional that, okay, this is not, something material. This is spiritual. And this can give me spiritual benefits. So we should be very much focused on understanding the importance of what we are doing. Today morning also, while I was singing Guru Ashtakam, how beautiful Guru Ashtakam is. How many times do we realize like how beautiful it is, and how many times we actually focus on the verses, what is it trying to convey, you know just being present there, and 100 things we are thinking while doing everything. Why can't we just be present in what we are doing and be completely absorbed? This will come with practice for sure. It's not very easy, but bhakti is not multitasking. Bhakti is not multitasking. You have to be present and do one thing at a time, and that has to be your practice throughout the day. If we can do it throughout the day, then we can do it in the morning also. And if we can do it in the morning, then we can do it throughout the day. It's like vice versa. So, yes, you're very much right, Prabhu. We do it every day, we read it every day, but this desire has to be there. This desire. See, if we don't have this desire to attain Krishna Prema, to go back to Godhead, how will we go there? How and why? Why should Krishna take us back? So, desire has to be there. If the desire is not there, Associate with people who have desire. Listen from them. Ask questions that, Maharaj, Prabhu, why am I not having this desire? What can I do to develop this desire? Because, see, I always tell this that as souls, what we can do, we can only desire. We can only desire. We can only desire to love Krishna. We can only desire to serve Krishna. All the facilities and everything around that will be provided by Krishna only, based on how intense your desire is. So, going back to Godhead is not our cup of tea. You cannot do it. I cannot do it. Anyone cannot do it here. But what we can do is we can have intense desire. That we can do. Yes. Intense, having very intense desire to go back to Godhead, having very intense desire to have sadhu sangha, having very intense desire to love Krishna. And if we have that intense desire, then Krishna will make arrangements. Whoever comes to bhakti, starts practicing bhakti, there is this uh, excitement. We all experience that. There is this excitement, like in material terms, if you compare it with when two lovers they meet first and come together, when the relationship starts, how exciting and it is for them. They want to see each other, they want to talk to each other, they want to do something for each other. So this is also there in a sadhaka's life when sadhaka starts sadhana bhakti and starts developing some relationship with Krishna. But then slowly it wanes down. But we have to bring it back. We have to again, you know, we have to work and associate with sadhus, listen from sadhus, and also focus on the things that they are telling us to focus on. And what are they telling us to focus on? Everyone. Yesterday, me and Sarthak we were talking. Everyone, all the Guru Maharajas, Srila Prabhupada, everyone is talking the same thing. Same thing, no difference. What they are telling us? You follow four regulatory principles strictly. You do your sadhana, you chant your 16 rounds, you hear Hari Katha, and then you do seva, you serve. Very simple. This is what everyone is saying. Differently, but same. Everyone is saying the same thing. We have to take it seriously. We have to take it seriously. We cannot just chant our rounds, anyhow. Krishna Krishna Rama, Krishna Krishna Rama. No, we have to really beg to Krishna. We have to see. We don't have. We are very insignificant. We are powerless. We don't have any power to do anything. We have to understand that. But we are very powerful in the sense that we are connected to Krishna. Just imagine we have the same qualities as Krishna. How powerful we must be. And this is all very natural to us. Remembering Krishna, loving Krishna. But it's not very natural to the body that we have. It's not very natural to the conditioning that we have right now. But with practice and determination, utsahat, nishchayat, dhairyat, these three things, utsahat means enthusiasm, nishchayat means determination, and dhairyat means patience. Yes, with these three things, if we keep these three things and keep practicing bhakti, then one day we'll reach there. But there has to be some, strong determination and strong want to do this, not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Many times we go in this mood of just doing it for the sake of doing it. If you see, you know, devotees like pure devotees chanting, how intensely they are praying. They really want to see Krishna. They really want to, you know, develop that relationship, develop that love. So we also need to develop somewhat of that intensity, because without that, and what happens is why we don't do that. Okay, there is also a reason for that. Why we don't do this? Why we don't develop this intensity? Why? Because we are very comfortable here, and the truth is that we want to be comfortable here. We don't want to get out of here. We don't want Krishna. We don't want Krishna. We want everything other than Krishna. We I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. When I'm saying things, it's not that I'm a Mahabhagavad and I'm at that level. I'm talking to myself also. This is all for me also, okay? So I can say this for myself because I know this. Whenever I pray to Krishna, I have a journal and I pray to Krishna, I write to Krishna, right? 90% of the time, 90% of the time, the prayer is about me. Okay. Prayer is about me. Krishna, I'm going through this in my life. Can you help me with this? Or I I want this. Can you help me with that? You know, basically I, me, mine is there. And Raj Vihari Prabhu explains this very beautifully. This is like level 1. Okay? I, me, mine. Everything that you relate is with I, me, mine. Level 2 is when you go above I, me, mine, when you start appreciating people around you. You start thinking about them. Start living a life that is beyond you also. And when you appreciate someone, it's not that, okay, because they did something for you. You appreciate them for who they are. Okay. It's not that, okay, because he did something for me, I'll appreciate him. That is again me only. That is again I consciousness. But when you appreciate them for who they are, not for what they did for you, then this is level 2. And then level 3 is when Krishna comes in picture. When you start seeing everything in relation with Krishna. So that is level 3. This we cannot reach by ourselves. We can only reach level 2. When Krishna sees us reaching to level 2, he will pull us to level 3. Okay? So what we can try and do as devotees is at least come to level 2. Okay? Start seeing everything in relation to devotees and appreciate them for what they are. Then level 3 will come. But at least we have to do something and come to level 2. Because level 1 is always we are absorbed in ourselves only. And we don't even realize that. And we are happy there, level 1. You know? I, me, mine. Yes, so we all need to come to level 3, and that will happen when we come to level 2. Okay, we have to consciously make efforts sometimes, and also not emphasize on the faults of devotees. That is also level 2, you know. That is again me consciousness. Why we want to see faults? Because we want to see ourselves better. He cannot do this, I can do it. That's why I'm better than him. That's why we want to see faults. Now, what happens is when we appreciate devotees, our false ego goes down, right? And sometimes our mind or our ego doesn't like it, and it will stop you from doing that. And it will push you to find faults and emphasize and, you know, amplify the faults. But what we have to do is we have to amplify good qualities. That's why today morning I also started this. What we will do, instead of saying my realization, we will appreciate other devotees. Okay? Appreciate other devotees. Say something good about others. So that is like one way of doing it. And we want to develop this appreciating culture. We want to appreciate devotees and kick out the gossiping culture. That we going and talking about some devotee to some other devotee. This will not take you anywhere in your bhakti, pull you down. But yes, so if we want to summarize what I just told about is we want to develop this intense desire to go back to Godhead. And why we cannot do it? Because we are very comfortable here. We actually want to be comfortable here, but we need to understand that it is not possible. Because Krishna says that Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukhalayam, the house of misery, and Ashashvatam means temporary. Everything that you have will be taken away from you. With time, at the end, with you leaving your body, that is death. Everything that is not you will be taken away from you. But if you develop bhakti for Krishna, if you develop that intense desire to serve Krishna, then that desire will take you back to Godhead. And there you don't have to lose anything. I encourage everyone to read. The Madhya Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela chapter 24. This explains very wonderfully this verse, Atmaram verse, in detail. If you just read the translations, you'll be blown away. You'll be like, wow. So I encourage everyone, please read translations of this chapter, and you'll be amazed like how amazing Krishna is. It is said here that I'll just read one verse. Dear Krishna, we have simply surrendered ourselves as your maid servants, for we have seen your beautiful face decorated with tresses of hair, your earrings falling upon your cheeks, the nectar of your lips, and the body of your smile. Indeed, because we have also been embraced by your arms, which give us courage, seen your chest, which is beautiful and broad, we have surrendered ourselves. So, like that, Sukhdev Goswami is speaking why he was attracted, and then it is explained why the four Kumaras were attracted, how the gopis are attracted, how the queens of Dwarka they are attracted to different features of Krishna. So it is beautifully explained how we can also get attracted, and by reading these pastimes, we will also develop attraction for Krishna. So, ending it sweet, okay. Don't take it very harsh don't be very harsh on yourself, but read about Krishna. Reading, hearing will definitely help you develop an attraction for Krishna, and you can be happy being with Krishna. Okay, so with that, I would like to end today's session. Hare Krishna. We'll take one or two questions or comments if you have any.
The last verse from CC.
52, 24 chapter 52 second verse. Yes, it's beautiful. Every word is broken down so much, like qualities. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go into qualities of Krishna, like okay, what are the qualities? And amazing. Yes. And then Hari will be broken down, like different meanings of Hari. Just like how you like it. Any other comments? Any other?
Just wanted to mention Guru class was amazing. And second, the idea of uplifting a devotee is also amazing. And one thing I want to tell that I never knew about first is level one, level two, level three. First is my consciousness. Second is about thinking about others, like their well-being and uplifting them. After that, third comes actually Krishna consciousness, and Krishna pulls us from the second one when he sees that we have intense desire. And Zulu, I like your emphasis a lot on intense desires. And yes, I'll definitely ask Maharaj how to develop that intense desire. Just wanted to appreciate those points. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Monil Maharaj already mentioned how to develop desire. It's to associate with devotees who have deep desire. Maybe listen from them.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
You can mention the level 3 mission after level 2. That level 2 is that we should appreciate others for what they are. So what's the level 3?
Level 3 is Krishna consciousness. You being conscious of Krishna all time, every day. Yes.
So in the sense, if you are writing a prayer, so we mentioned the first prayer should be, you mentioned that you write, Krishna, I'm like this, so please help me in this.
Mhm.
Second is we are appreciating others also.
Mm.
Prayers.
Mm.
So if we write this level 3 prayer, how should it be?
The thing is, see, it's not just prayers. Prayers, I give example of myself, like how I was just absorbed in myself. Now, level 2 is when you see beyond yourself also. You start seeing other devotees, you start appreciating them, you start seeing good in them, right? That is level 2. Level 3 is when Krishna, you start appreciating Krishna also like that. Like you appreciate devotees. Very personal. Right now, our relationship becomes very impersonal, We don't really like how Maharaj, he gave a session, full session at Vaishnav Sangha. Bhakti is personal. So in that, he was also, like showing us ki how. First, it's like very impersonal. We're not personal with devotees also. So the emphasis on being personal with devotees, appreciating them, developing a relationship with them, helping them. Then what will happen is looking at you, how how well you are acting with devotees, how well you're serving them. Krishna will uplift you to Krishna, to his consciousness. Like every time you remember Krishna, you'll not be able to forget him. So that is third level. But I can also try and look up for the exact um meaning of the level 3. Braj Bihari Prabhu talks about this in class, and I picked up from him only. This is not my idea. So we can I can look for that. But yes, third, what I think I remember is Krishna consciousness. Like what we talk about of a pure devotee. Becoming a pure devotee. Like always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. That level. So that level will come when you uplift yourself to level 2. And Prabhu, it came out like that we cannot ask anything about ourselves to Krishna. It is not like that. It's okay, it's more than okay to ask to Krishna about your desires, your shortcomings, because if you won't go to Krishna, where will you go? So we only have Krishna. So please, by all means, go to Krishna. But what I'm saying is also sometimes, you know, go to Krishna for others, see beyond yourself. Because most of the time we think of everything in relation to us only. Like we are the most important person in our life. Right? If we start to see others, because what our desire is to be the servant of the servant of the servant, right? How will we develop this kind of consciousness? if we are always absorbed in ourselves. We have to think like that also. So then that's why I emphasize that we should see beyond ourselves also. And what happens when you see beyond yourself? All the different miseries, all things that were so much affecting you will go down, because you're also seeing others now. You know, when something happens to you, like imagine two devotees fight. Now you are affected by it. Now, if you are just absorbed in yourself, you will only see how can this devotee do this to me? You know, it's very bad. This and that. Now, if you're only absorbed in your consciousness, what you'll do, tit for tat, you'll go and you'll give that back. On the other side, look at Kunti Maharani. When Ashwatthama, same chapter, when Ashwatthama killed all the sons of Kunti Maharani, what Kunti Maharani did? I don't want, I know the suffering of mother because my sons are killed. I don't want to inflict the same suffering on Ashwatthama's mother. Okay. It's said by Draupadi. Draupadi, sorry, correction, Draupadi. But you can see how Draupadi, she was able to see beyond herself. She was able to see the pain of a mother of Ashwatthama. So this happens. And this is very pleasing to Krishna. How pleased Krishna was seeing this. You know? So this will only happen when you start consciously doing this. And this will help you a lot. Kunti was able to forgive, sorry, Draupadi was able to forgive only because she was able to see beyond herself. You know, so we should start seeing beyond ourselves. And then we will not commit offenses also against other devotees, because we'll know that how they will feel when I do this. So in putting ourselves in other shoes, it is called empathy also. We start being empathetic. Okay.